I always feared more for the crazies coming to the house. You know what I mean?
What's that, Lester?
I said Bucksky was just a city cop.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be any kind of a cop anymore.
I know he's been retired 15 years.
So many mentally unstable.
I remember back in the day, it was a good thing if you knew a deputy. I remember Chuck Beckstein told me once he was a jailer, he said, don't expect any special privileges, he'd come over there when I'm there. I said, thank you, Chuck, you're all hard.
Only come as far as to the jail, never got locked up.
I remember one night your brother Kevin was glad that, God, who was the guy that used to work for Goldman? That was a city cop. God, what the hell was his name? He was on duty at the fair. And I don't know why I was with Kevin, but he started shining the light, or he stopped the car and started shining the light around. And he got to me and he goes, oh, it's you, are you up to no good? I said, no, we're just trying to get back to where we're supposed to be. Okay, go ahead and go.
Sorry.
And they're all going,
New glasses on?
how did that happen? That's not who you, it's not, you gotta know people.
Yeah.
Judge Allen wasn't one of
Are
them.
you be doing anything yet? Yeah. I said that one.
That was one night I was glad to see Mike Forte.
Yeah, he always had quite a name for himself, that Maumee judge.
Yeah, I had to go down and get permission to drive a fire truck. And I was giving him my spiel, and he looked at me like, who in the hell do you think I am?
Cool.
And he looked down at Mike, cause Mike was the top of the thing. And he goes, can you believe that? And he's telling you the truth. He goes, I know. And he's telling you the truth. Okay, all right. The only thing Toki told me is that I don't wanna catch your truck in front of the bar.
More snow, ice?
I know that.
7 o'clock, time to play.
So shaky both. State.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Randy?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ike?
Yes. Motion to approve the minutes?
Randy?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ike?
Yes. And I have a motion to approve the bills.
Second.
Randy?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ike?
Yes. All right, Sarah, you are up with correspondence.
Okay, a couple things this week. Lori, our rep from Highland, who was with us last week, she did confirm she's added in the bonds for the trustees in fiscal to the policy, and no additional cost for that. She reminded us to let her know if any changes to the values of the fire department trucks, that's in any of the equipment really, the replacement value. So if we've got updates, we'll add those as they come in. We got some updates that I shared there in the pile. The future of fire and EMS from Steve Powell. No, I expect a pile of updates. So I don't know if you guys were at his meeting. I thought you can share updates there. Solid Waste Management District, they are requesting our recycling details, so we owe them a response by the 31st of March. Our Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce renewal came in. Request for renewal. Year-end reporting is complete. All the W-2s went out on the 30th. And we've also submitted the request to the Sentinel Tribune to put in the newspaper that our fiscal is complete. So if anybody has questions, they can send email to our group email and additional details as needed. UAN, which is, for anybody that's not familiar with it, it's our payroll, well, it's our accounting system, but we are going to be extending that to include payroll module. We are not using it at this time, but there's also a House bill, it's called House Bill 106. It's a payroll pay stub protection act that goes into effect in April, I think 9th is the date. But that payroll, the extension of that payroll module, which was already on our radar anyways, but that will provide the additional detail to meet that House bill requirement that goes into effect. So our timing is right on par with that. What else? Gretchen Summerfield reached out with minutes. They did have their zoning board of appeals annual meeting on the 30th, so we got some details in their minutes as well.
Did she tell you about the appeal board meeting on the 20th?
I did not.
We'll have to have that in the paper.
She's generally publishing.
Okay,
the
she takes care
Sentinel.
of that. Okay.
Yeah, what was the date again?
Okay.
What was the date, Dave?
Is that the zoning board of appeals?
That was,
Gretchen.
That's their organizational meeting on the 27th.
Well, that was George's meeting, so that's their,
This is not.
What's it?
They're having their board meeting on the 27th at 6 o'clock.
There is an actual appeal on the 20th.
27th.
Rocks is on the 20th.
It's, yeah, when I met with Rock, and I said, it's on the 20th. When I turned his paperwork in, Gretchen said, no, we can't do it on the 20th. And now, she said that it was gonna be sometime in March, that she has since sent me an email. It was the 27th at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I said, you did contacting Rock? Because he thinks it's on the 20th.
I was gonna say,
February?
last time I talked to Rock, he said it was on the 20th.
Or February or March?
Yes.
What are we talking
February.
about?
I think schedule's pending, but I think they wanna have the variance thing on a Saturday morning, like March 1st, is that a Saturday?
I said, last I saw, it was
Yeah.
at 6 o'clock on February 20th, which is a Thursday.
Yeah, I think they'd cancel that, and our meeting itself is the 27th, but the variance thing is that they're trying to get it together for March 1st in the morning, the Saturday morning.
Well, you might wanna inform Gretchen to make sure all parties involved know when the heck this meeting is.
And make sure it's communicated.
Huh?
And make sure it's communicated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
because it not only has to be communicated to the parties
The
involved, but it
text,
has to be
the
posted
text
in the
I
paper.
got on Wednesday is the hotel variance is Thursday, the 27th at 6 p.m. in the firehouse. Then a quick minutes approval meeting on Saturday, March 1st at 10 a.m. That's the email, that's the text she sent out to me.
Okay.
I think that's it for correspondence. Thank you.
Yeah, screw that.
So, are you good with checking those folks then, to see if they get the dates ironed out so we can post it?
I'm gonna check with Rock.
Gretchen posts all
Other
of
than
that
that-
zoning.
She puts it in the
Mhm.
paper? Okay, cool. Well, with that, Ken, you are up next.
So there were 2 permits applied for in this past month. January 16th, I mailed a signed permit for an accessory structure to property owner at 21415 Long Judson Road, permit 2025-01. The 25th, In January, the zoning commission met for an hour and a half discussing setback changes, accessory building sizes, and junk vehicles. And they set their next meeting tentatively for March 22nd at 9 a.m. And just so you guys know, they're recommending right now changing the setbacks on accessory buildings to 15 feet on their sides and on the rear yard. Right now they're 25.
But only on accessory buildings,
Only
not
on
primary
accessory
structures.
buildings, yes. So January 28th, received a call from a potential purchaser of 2.35 acres immediately east of 23211 Kellogg Road. And I let them know that it was fine as a lot, as far as I was concerned, a buildable lot, on the township's eyes. But they would be better off they also needed to contact the health department to make sure they didn't have any issues with the septic system and everything, so. January 29th, I did drop off the variance application for Rock, and then on the February 5th, he had completed it. I picked it up and forwarded it to the Board of Zoning Appeals. February 10th, I signed a permit for an accessory structure to the property owner of 22709 Wintergreen, permit number 2025-02. And as stated, the Board of Zoning Appeals, I was informed, was meeting this February 27th at 6 p.m. That's all I got.
Thanks, Ken. Up next, old business. We'll start, I talked to Jacob Brown, and he seemed to be in the same boat as we are about Chester Road. They plan to township it, but the county's not going to be doing that anymore. They kind of baffled him, and he said they're trying to figure out what to do, so I think they're in the same boat as us, since the county temporarily dropped all townships for that, so. I don't know, did you talk to him too about that?
No,
Okay.
he never got back with me.
Got ya. Yeah, so I think they're in the same boat as us, they didn't hit that, deadline. So, yeah, I think we just wait till the freezing thaws over and see what we wanna do and go from there, so. But that is all I have for old business. Dave, we'll start with you, anything for old business?
I don't think I have anything other than, sir, we cleared up that billing from True Land, right?
Yeah, you guys just signed on the,
Okay, is that the same invoice that she was talking about?
yeah, it's the same one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They-
As long as that's cleared up, I have no old business.
Yeah, the timing, was very late, I think, did I see John? I thought I saw John walking. Maybe not. Anyways, we had, the round of billing that went out with our Christmas meeting, so we met on the 23rd, and of course, we always drop, that's my general practice, you guys sign and drop it in the mail that night. Almost every payment that was mailed with the Christmas mail fund, had problems. We had some stuff completely get lost, so we've had to
We've
reissue
had
most
that
of those.
before.
Yeah, I think, well, we've had to cancel and reissue
Mail has
3
been a
checks.
general problem lately.
She did send the ACH information with you, with that email?
She didn't,
She
she said,
didn't.
reach out if you need it, but
Oh,
I
okay.
issued another check prior
Okay,
to.
when I was talking to
sending
her
it.
on the phone, as I understood it, she was going to send that information along with the
Oh, I didn't see that,
with
but
the invoice, so,
nonetheless, another check will go out,
okay,
yeah.
okay, that's all I got.
Randy, anything for old business?
Sarah brought up the value of that fire truck. I talked with the chief, and he says he said it should be $75,000 to $100,000. And when I looked, I kind of did a search online, and I was coming up with about $80,000 is what I was coming up with for trucks similar to that.
To replace it?
Yeah.
Got ya. I think that's fair. So, you wanna vote on that, Sarah, to update that in our?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to put it at $80,000 then.
For the 2008, the new.
The
new strip.
2001, yeah.
2001.
I will second.
Hang on a fast enough.
Was that the only one that he thought should be adjusted then?
That's the only one I discussed with him.
Cause I know he's seen all the other ones from.
80,000 replacement value on the 2001
Yes,
truck.
yeah, the new one.
Okay, sorry, let's do the vote. Randy,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Ike,
Yes. Alright, if that is all for old business, we can go to new business. Dave, what you got for new business?
I guess I can't really take care of it tonight. If you're in better contact with Eric than I am, ask him to attend a meeting occasionally.
Okay.
Technically, he's supposed to attend one a month. We see him about 2 or 3 a year. And I've got some questions that kinda came up at the, EMS and, fire meeting that we had with Steve Powell the other
oh,
night.
sorry, you went. Go ahead.
There was a few points brought up that I'd like to ask Eric about our fire department and rescue policies on, billing. So, like I said, I'd like to have a talk with him.
Okay, yep, I'll get in contact with him. Usually he's getting in contact with me wanting money.
That's what I was gonna say, just don't pay your fertilizer bill, he'll talk to you.
I don't have anything else in the business.
Anything else for you, Randy?
No, I just kinda updated, but, so, we pinched a hydraulic line on the truck over the weekend, and I went in there today, and, had to go get oil, which I got the bill for that, which I got a whole barrel on it, that tank, I didn't know how much it was down, I just knew it wasn't in the gauge, so we were out. Got a barrel of oil, got it filled up, got the bed raised up, got the hose replaced, went up to Buckeye, got that, and, went out, took it for a drive, and no leaks so far.
No blood trail?
Nope.
Well, cool, I think that is everything for new business. Any visitors' comments? Any questions from anyone?
You have the bills, you said?
I do. Thank you.
And then also you had, the minutes online state that the agendas are available for visitors, but I don't know where to find those.
The agendas.
Yeah, the notes say, like I went back and looked in December and stuff and it said, note the agendas were made available to the visitors, but there's no agendas.
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you.
The meeting minutes, when you guys are, that get posted
Meeting
online?
minutes?
The agenda for the meeting that we're,
Yes.
you know, we really don't.
We don't really have one.
Yeah, just.
Oh,
It's-
that's what it
not
says
like-
in the notes.
Oh.
That's what it says in the meeting minutes, is that
We
the,
attend all the meetings, I don't understand.
He's got a rough outline and we just kinda go through it, we don't really,
It's not like the village where they have an agenda they go through.
Yeah,
Oh.
for
I
you.
mean, if you got something to say, come in, we'll recognize you.
No, I
You got
am.
5 minutes to say it.
I was just saying that it said online, on the meeting minute notes, it said that the agendas were available to the visitors. So I was asking where the agendas were, that's all. I know, I appreciate that you guys ask us that, so, yep.
Anything else?
Where is that stated? In the minutes. I'll pull it up later and not waste time.
Any other questions? Alright, if there's nothing else.
one more thing, I went to a pavement seminar last Tuesday too. Got some really good information about different ways to rejuvenate roads and stuff like that. This, pavement technology people, they had a really good program that would help look at the GIS of all the roads and once they got rated, how to try to get them done and that type of
Which
stuff.
procedure works best?
Yeah, you know, in ways to try to save money. I sat right beside Josh, the new road engineer. I kept trying to talk him into if the county would get it, we'd get them the information and then they could help us with the.
Every so many years, we get a rating from the county that gives us the life expectancy of our roads, but I forget the last time we got that, maybe 2 years, 3 years?
It's been at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, we haven't got one since I've been on. I know you talked about it.
I mean, most of the surface treatments, like we were talking a week or so ago, you had to start off with a fairly decent salvageable surface.
True. Yes.
You know, and we don't have a lot of those.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do have and if there's anything applicable.
Yeah. That's all I had.
Okay. Yeah, if there's no other comments, I motion to adjourn.
What do you want to do, Ray?
This village meeting, we have that early, so we can, somebody can come here and.
Oh. Really get your ear full.
No, they're gonna build a township.
Okay, so this is not all the council.
Yeah, this is just.
Not every
By
other.
the sound of it,
Yeah,
the village
right.
meetings are a lot more exciting than the,
Well, today it was.
Thank you, sorry,
again today.
just a
Oh,
second. Yep.
the legal was up bad, I think you had one. See, you just bought another building.
Yeah, across from, the town hall, headquartered. And, apartment.
You said you talked to Dave that one year?
Oh, okay. Beside the Marine Supply.
Yes.
I'm sure Gretchen will let me know. I said I'm sure Gretchen will let me
I'm
know.
always teasing John about the meetings, he just blows
She
it
just, I'm
by.
sure he will meet us. I'm sure she'll let me know.
How he does.
I'm listening for you.
That one was
I'll be there.
on Facebook, you know, and John's keeping us cool, you know, and like I say, it's gonna be tough sometimes.
Well, she picks up.
Yeah, Strausser was the, we'll say the construction company that would
I get it.
do the work. This other guy, all he had was a computer program that would help you determine what.
I'm sure he would like to know. Thank you.
There between her place and,
Well, it's in
So we're
court.
out there still locked in pretty tight with the county.
for years, I always
Yeah, I
thought
think they are,
you just
because I believe
passed
they were,
over and.
they were talking quite a bit about
Had
it.
it surveyed, proves that it's a village.
Dr. Dawson and everything.
Yeah, the problem is we only have 2
Put
roads
that
that
building
do stuff.
Well, and you see, when you found out that it was village property,
They're in decent shape.
Chad Hoffman did say he could, Dawes could use that.
Come on, man.
When he left,
Not long to
That should all be good.
agreement
Yeah,
was,
most of them does.
it was over. So that's what she said about
Would
it.
you get that one or?
You did good.
Get one.
You did
And then
good.
she got the property down the street from her house that, she wants to farm or something.
I'll be walking around with my fire sticking out.
You know, way down, almost like the bed.
Yep.
Yeah,
I used to
we
look
really
I mean,
need some
we
parking
just
for
paved
the seniors.
long fence.
That would
Yeah.
have their
So most of that's in
fence.
pretty good shape for.
There's micro resurfacing, and then there's, they call it a map.
Yeah, you're
wrap
good.
micro. There's the chip seal, wrap chip.
Thanks for explaining all that too,
That's
about the payroll and stuff, I appreciate you doing that.
Is that popcorn where they chip seal?
Well, my grandson said he could box them up right out there.
Yeah.
Because they did that on
Might
2
make
years
some
ago.
money.
Yeah, he said, don't need that to the town hall, he said.
65, about 8, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
No,
teasing
no, that's
the
called a
seal
cap
John.
seal.
Well, but it's on,
But yeah, that's what that is, they chip seal it and then come back the next day or
I
a day
thought he was
later.
coming out here today.
Cisco said, do not do that.
Is this yours?
Could have pulled once or twice there.
Yeah.
They still have to pay.
Is that, is that, yeah, oh, that's, I want to chip.
I would do that in the months.
So now I have a new template for the sheets.
Alright, I think we're good.
The board is.
We'll make sure there's something around there.
It says for the 27th.
Yeah, no, I seen that on
Okay,
Facebook.
just a second line right there.
It's just a new was two open seats for
Second
the
line.
trustee.
And so now it's the 25th.
Dispense the reading of the minutes.
Making
as
sure
written.
everyone's aware of local government.
Is that the minutes?
I was gonna say,
Oh, that's
we
the
kinda pushed
minutes.
past eight.
Sorry, minutes.
Well,
Minutes
as
are
long as it's
You know,
a
Okay,
process thing.
they're just right there, they're just right here.
I think, you know, Grand Rapids is not quiet anymore compared to 30, 40 years ago. I don't think there's any problems in town.
Is that what you're
There,
after?
and
Yeah, we,
then
I've
all
got
of a
this
sudden,
agenda, so
you
I'll let
can't
you know.
buy it. It sort of stretches it.
Basically, we always move to, we always do.
Anyway, let me know when it's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I had the 20th.
Yeah,
I
when we were
had
kids,
no
you know, everybody had a calendar. I bet I don't know enough people to make any difference. Everybody comes and goes, moving is nothing.
Any other guests we'll look at that? And then we'll go into. Okay, sorry.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised you're off the phone already.
I'd like to.
I'm still waiting for you to call in to home.
Yeah.
Oh, chicken shit.
I'll tell you ours. You're close.
Hey, did either you guys log the fire station
Hands don't
for
appreciate it, does get better.
Fields?
I always have these.
Yeah, it's,
They don't even have a guard there.
Big book if you
Somebody
want.
must have.
yeah.
Because I came up with over
Lucky if they don't have chiefs.
I hit the lever, it was already on.
Make an appointment, with the whole
Well,
book
they're,
is right there.
I thought they would.
You know, and I made sure it's like one gets on.
Thank you.
I said,
Did you find anything else?
no, I just didn't either.
It wasn't.
My mates were calling on this, like,
The time before that, and I was up there with the zoning commission,
quality is gonna be.
which was like a week before that or something. Like a week before that on Saturday.
Oh, is it?
But there's several meetings and things going on since that time.
Company out of Toledo.
Well, they used to be.
I mean, I'm master with shortcut keys, but I'm not a good. So, most of it is, I just want, well, most of it is.
Owner program, you know, that rubber band.
I tried a couple, my first couple times, I did better. That's the reason with the chamber is, he just sits there and types
Really
other
needs
things
to
that
be
we
done.
do. So,
I
if
like
I was a good typer, it's a skill set I never quite